Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'll be creating a set using some Madam Glam gel polishes. As you can see, I clearly forgot that one of them is open when I was picking it up to the camera. But one of the colours is called Lilac Pursuit and the other one is called Pink Me Up. And this pink is literally my go-to pink. This is my kind of definition of a perfect pink. I absolutely love this one and I'm definitely going to be using it often. And here's a purple one. I really like this purple too. It's very subtle purple. I love this one. In case you guys would like to buy some Madam Glam gel polishes, I will have a link down in the description for you all, and also you can use my code glamifybabe30_1 if you want to save yourself some 30% off their gel polishes. So without further ado, let's start cracking on with our nail design. So I'm going to start off with applying the base color. So as you can see, we are starting off with the pink and they level out like a little charm. This is one of the things with their polishes that actually has shocked me a lot since using them. They level out like instantly, and I haven't actually came across a gel polish brand that does that yet. Granted, there's only X amount that I've came across and I have, but so far these have been like super creamy and they level out really quickly, and it's one of those companies that I would love to kind of like switch to full time sometimes. Like when I work with them, they always work so nicely and they're so nice, so nice. So I love working with them, so hopefully you will be seeing a lot of those kind of videos. They are, as I'm growing my collection, they are becoming like one of my all-time favorite gel polishes to work with. So I hope you like Madam Glam too, because you'll be seeing quite a lot of them. So as you can see, we have one pink nail in the background. We've got 3 full purple nails, and this nail is going to be a half pink and half purple. So we are working on the purple right now, and that's going to be the bottom part of this nail. And as you can see, I'm doing this like slanted thing going on, and I'm not using any nail art brushes. You can do this very easily with the brush from the bottle. There's no like crazy nail art involved in today's video. As much as the nail design itself might look quite like in your face, almost like a lot's going on, actually it's a very simple set to create yourself. And I feel like the foil itself is kind of carrying this whole set. So the main showstopper, I feel like, of today's design is the foil we'll be using. So we'll have some foils, we've got some glitter, and we've got some crystals, of course. So once I do this nail, the whole set will be going into the lamp for a full cure. And then once it comes out, this is one of those sets that I ended up actually leaving in the video where I do the second layer. So if you watch me on a regular, you kind of know that I don't usually leave the second layer in the video, but I wanted to leave it because I wanted you guys to see what nails I actually do 2 layers of and which ones I don't. So I do a full layer of the full pink nail, I do a second layer of the half pink nail, just the pink bit, not the purple, and I do a second layer of one of the full purple nails. The rest of the nails I leave, and that's mainly because those are going to be our foil nails, and I'm only applying 1 layer because I only want it as kind of the background to the design in case there's any bits that don't transfer. So I don't want to be wasting any gel polish unnecessarily, so I only do 1 layer. If you are a bit concerned, go ahead, do 2 layers if you really want to. Another thing I'd also like to mention is that I highly recommend using a gel polish that is the most closest to your foil as possible. This purple unfortunately isn't, but I am very confident in my transfer foil skills, if you will. And I feel like I do a fairly good job these days now. I've practiced a lot and I'm able to do them well, so I'm not too concerned. But in case you are, on the ropes a little bit, not too confident in yourself, try and get a gel polish that is as close to your foil as possible to make sure that in case anything doesn't transfer as well as you was hoping for, that kind of background color will not make it so noticeable, and you can move on and not have to scrap the whole nail, restart or anything like that. You can just carry on and no one would ever know. So you'll see later on how amazingly the transfer foil gel will basically make the foil transfer. So the transfer foil gel I'm using is from Macart. Madam Glam themselves don't have one, unfortunately, so I had to use a different brand, and this is my all-time favorite one. It works like a charm for me. If you watch me, you know this is literally the only one I ever use. I have like 3 bottles, so I'll be using this till the day I die, I reckon. I'm gonna have this one forever. So I'll be applying this transfer foil gel on 2 of the purple nails, and then I'm also going to be applying it on that half purple nail as well. So amazing, I'm going to do that now. And also, as you can see with the purple nails, one of them has 2 layers and the other 2 obviously don't, and they actually don't seem that much different from one another. And that's another thing with these polishes, that they actually are, some of them are very opaque. They can literally get away with one coat, so feel free to do that as well when doing these kind of nail designs and practicing. And here is the foil we'll be using. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't often pick full cover foils because they are obviously a bit more difficult to work with, but this one's so beautiful. I love the mixture between dark and light purples and the little hint of pink in there, and it has really cute little butterflies in there too. So it's literally, there's nothing more I could ask for in this foil. It's so gorgeous. So now that the nails are out of the lamp with the transfer foil gel, I leave them aside, and that's on purpose. I want them to chill, I want them to cool down, and whilst that's happening, I'm going to work on the 2 coated purple nail, and I'm applying some matte top coat, and that's because we are going to work on some crystals in just a moment for that nail. So there it is, all nice and cured. So in the time that it took me to apply the the matte top coat, and the time it took for it to cure, which I think I put it in for about 60 seconds max, and then me placing it down, that's how long roughly it takes before the transfer foil gel kind of cools down fully. And you'll see how super easy it transfers, like super easy. So I use my fingers. Not everyone recommends that. I love using my fingers. I wouldn't do it any other way. I've tried tools, all sorts of different tools, and I just don't like it. I feel like I don't have full control. I don't know where I'm necessarily pressing. So I really like to use my fingers and know exactly where I need to go and what I need to rub. So there we go. There's our first nail, and it transferred amazingly. There's literally no gaps. It's great. Literally great. And I remember when I was first starting out with foils, it was such a big problem for me. It took so long for me to get a hang of, and I actually got to the point that sometimes I was thinking that I can't do it. Like, it's just impossible. Foils are impossible. There's no way. I don't know how people do it. And look at me now. I've just transferred a full nail. That's crazy. So believe in yourself. And just try different tips and tricks. So this is definitely a big trick, I reckon, that might actually be a game changer for a lot of people, because it definitely has been for me. Without this trick, I'd be probably here scrubbing the nail for like another 30 minutes, so we'd be here forever. So we've got another full nail there. I'm almost done with that one, and almost. So once I take that one off, we'll be able to do that half purple nail. You'll notice with the half purple nail that I did a slight mess up. I didn't place the foil the way I should have, so you would just see now as I place it. So I'm kind of trying to pick an area that I want, and as I place it down, there's that top little bit that didn't obviously cover. So I will go back over it in just a second, and you can't actually tell, which is amazing as well. And that one is actually going to have some crystals where the purple and the pink meet, so no pressure there in case it doesn't transfer too well, or you have this little mistake that I just did. We're just going to cover it up with some crystals, so it's all good. So there's me just trying to fix up the little mistake, and it came off the stand. But there we go, and you can't literally tell. That's literally amazing. There we go, and now that the foils are transferred, we can start applying our top coat. So the whole set is matte top coated. I don't know what has been happening with me recently, but it feels like almost every single set of mine is matte top coated. So I'm sorry if that's not your cup of tea. I will try and do some glossy ones too, but the beauty with matte top coats, I feel like, is that you can actually kind of see it, what it would have looked like glossy before it's cured. So there we go, I'm applying the matte top coat, and this is what it would look like glossy before I pop it into the lamp. So I'm just going to apply it, pop it into the lamp, and then we can start essentially working on our crystals, because that's the very last bit we've got left now on this nail design. So for the half pink and half purple nail, that one will have a very simple crystal placement. I decided to dig through some of my AB crystals, and I kind of picked out one size that I kind of like the most, not too big, not too small kind of thing, and just kind of followed the line where the purple and the pink meet. So that's kind of what I did for that one. The rhinestone glue gel that I'm using is from Macart. Same thing with Madam Glam. Unfortunately, I don't have a rhinestone glue gel at the moment, so I was using a different company. And I'm just gonna use a nail art brush to apply the rhinestone glue gel. I used to use a dotting tool, but I find the nail art brush so much easier to work with, and it kind of, I'm able to really get into some small areas sometimes and place it exactly where I want it. So that's why I've kind of switched recently, and I'm just placing it right there where I want it, and then I'm just going to apply those crystals. So I'm just going to let you guys relax, watch the crystal placement. I'm also going to place a flower and like a little swoosh effect on that purple nail. So I'm just going to let you guys relax, watch that bit, and I'll come back to you guys when the crystal placement is all nice and done. Okay, so as we're coming to the end of this now kind of crystal placement, I did want to just quickly hop in and say that I was kind of using the mixture between AB and pink crystals, even though the pink crystals are kind of like disappearing because of the purple and everything around it, but in person you can kind of see it and you're able to kind of distinguish that the pink crystals are there. So I do recommend using that. It's kind of a nice little hint in the crystal placement to give it a little bit of like, almost like bringing in the flower and the other pink detailing in this set together, which is kind of nice. And I'm just gonna cure that nail, and essentially that whole set will be kind of done. So I hope you guys liked it. If you did, let me know. And if you end up recreating any of these sets, please tag me, because I love to see your work. I love to literally just see what you guys create, and also would love to be inspired by you guys. So if you end up tagging me, I'll make sure to follow you back, comment on your picture, like it, and all that kind of stuff. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.